All right. Well, we're back in my humble abode. Oh my god. How's it going? For those of you who are new to the channel, this is a channel where I, Chad Nguyen, decide to talk about shit that happens in my life. And I guess typically you'll see that I talk a lot and I think a lot, and I have a lot of shit on my mind. And this, I uploaded a video a few days ago, which I've taken down. I uploaded 2 videos that I've taken down. But I guess this video is more specific, like, well, I guess the title might give it away, but it's gonna be, I'm talking about this fucking semester. Christ. Because God almighty, this is like, this semester it's over. I still don't know if I have passed my classes. Grades come out Monday, Tuesday. But so, I don't know, I feel like I'm currently just I had my flight today to get back home, and I'm home. And I feel like I should be giving myself just time to decompress and exist and just process this. Because for the past 5 fucking months, I've just been non-stop moving. Literally every single day has been I've just had to keep existing. I haven't had even the spring break trip I went on, that was fun. But I guess that was different from just having a day to yourself, right? But oh my god, I don't even know where to start. I'm just okay, I guess I've learned a lot this semester. I've learned a lot about my work ethic. I've learned a lot about how to do work, academically. I've grown a lot socially. I don't even know how to measure social growth, because I still have the same friends. I mean, I was able to get more support from them over the course of the semester, so maybe more emotional depth with them. But then personally, holy fuck, in the last, I think that's probably well, I mean, I guess I can't really compare academically or versus personal growth, because personal growth I've been having for the past 4 years, but academically, I actually locked the fuck in, and I feel I went from 0 to 100 with just how I flipped and just how I do work on my head in order to survive the semester. But I guess I'll just start on the start of the semester, or I guess even before the start of the semester, I was excited to go back. One, go back to college, because I would see all my friends, and I was also just excited to see how I would grow as a person, because last year I where my the period of time where I was posting relatively consistently, at least the last time I was, that was during my co-op and with GD Vernova. And I guess I thought it was a good way for me to reflect and I don't know, just share life updates with people. And so throughout that period of time, I think I grew a lot, and mentally it kind of just set up a foundation for being okay, this semester I'm gonna lock the fuck in and grow in every way I possibly could. And so I was just excited to see how I could grow, because I felt throughout last year I was growing a lot, and in a way I was, because my co-op, the start of my co-op was coming out of a situationship that I will say was pretty terrible, for I guess like both of us, and just like at least like personally, it was like a lot of insecurities and stuff that I couldn't understand or like wrap my head around. And I was just like, shit, like, anyway, like it ended, and then I was just like, I guess kind of like determined on like finding myself, and then through that co-op, I think that's just kind of what I did. Excuse me if I like start sneezing or like sniffling, or I'm just like sniffling. I'm just like I don't know. It's not even like it's just Massachusetts versus Georgia atmosphere, I guess. I don't know. But so last year's co-op really kind of just like set the tone for the semester, and I feel like I don't know how I would have like survived the semester without that co-op and Blue Lock, but that's a point for later. But then so co-op ends, I feel like I'm mentally prepared for a lot more growth and just like being ready to actually focus on myself and whatever, blah blah blah, and just like live with intention and awareness and be like my own person. Because before I dealt with a lot of like procrastination, like I lacked a lot in just like work ethic and like focus and clarity and like doing what I wanted to for myself, I guess. And so I just like felt like now I actually have like more autonomy over how my semester could go. So I was like, yeah, let me see, like I'm just excited to see what the semester holds and how I can grow as like a result of it. And my hair is messy. But so then semester starts. The first week is pretty, like, it's the first week of classes, like it's nothing crazy. I'm spending a lot more time with my friends, just like chilling. And then like that first weekend, if not like that also like that second week, just hits me like a fucking truck. Like holy shit. I wasn't even thinking about it, but like if you do think about it, like I'm a Georgia Tech student in electrical engineering, which is like arguably one of the hardest majors, and coming back from like a 7-month co-op, like 7 months of just not doing like any like schoolwork or like exams and like shit like that. Like I kind of just wasn't prepared for how much work I had to do, I guess, because I remember trying to do the first EMAG homework, and I was like, holy fuck, I'm like already burning out from trying to like do this like first set of problems. I'm like, holy fuck. And then that's when I realized, I guess that was like the first step of like my like academic growth, was realizing that the way I was doing things needed to change like really badly. Otherwise I was not going to survive the semester. I think this is like also like where Blue Lock comes in, because like if you haven't watched Blue Lock, it's about a character named Usagi Yoichi who is like seemingly kind of ass at soccer, but then he figures out how to like grow as an individual and like use his like seemingly like initially weak ability to then just like become like super strong and become like a soccer player that is able to just score goals compared to people who have like, I don't know, like seemingly way more suited abilities for scoring goals. And so like he has like specific formulas for how he like scores a goal, or like how he gets to that point and blah blah blah, and like what he needs to do to get there. So basically it just breaks everything down to like formulas. And so that's when I realized I need to start doing that, and sort of like figuring out like, okay, how do I guess I was more so just trying to like analyze myself and being like, okay, I'm feeling like I'm burning out from doing work, and this is a problem because it's the first weekend. I should not be burning out from doing work. So like, what is the problem? And I was assessing like the way I looked at the questions, the way I thought about them, like why am I feeling like because like at least the first weekend, I was like looking at the problems. I was just like assuming, like, holy shit, this is like a big challenge. I have no idea how to do this problem, and I just started like giving up mentally. I was like, okay, fuck. I just need to like break it down so that I can like find like actionable steps, or, like manageable steps to like work through. And that was like one thing, and then after like throughout that like next like month, I don't know, I was trying like working on a lot of like, okay, do I need like study groups? Do I need like what puts me in like a working like flow state and like lets me be productive? Like why am I like still like feeling like my brain's fried, like I'm burning out, or like what gets me like really focused? Like how do I, well, just like a lot of like small things. Like I can't even keep track of the things that like I changed and I worked on and like tried to like adapt with, I guess. And it was just like, but like all my classes, I was taking 17 credit hours, and Jesus Christ, it was like the assignments were nonstop and the labs were nonstop, and it was just like every week, like I would finish my shit, try to catch a break, and then I'd just get fucking smacked in the face again. And I'm like, oh my god. But I kept pushing. Like literally every day was a fucking challenge. And shit was hard. Oh my god. Like it's taking like this class named Analog Electronics. And good lord, like that. I was taking Analog Electronics, op-amp design, Analog Electronics lab, electromagnetics, intro to Korean. And a lot of that, it was all just so much work piled on top of each other, and I had to keep up with it. I was just like trying to figure out how to keep up with it and like stay afloat, and that was like my first biggest challenge. And somehow I did it. I mean, like I'm still here to like tell the tale, right? Well, I guess like I think I passed my classes also, but just like academically, I just like figured out like my own formula to like be productive, and just like I just kept working like a machine. Like I don't think I've ever, like the pressure I felt like consistently to just perform and like stay locked in. There was literally a 2-week period where I did nothing but work. I woke up, ate breakfast, and like all my free time was just dedicated to just doing assignments, and like it was just doing assignments. Like it was just 2 weeks straight. I'm just like, holy shit. I don't know how I did that actually. I totally forgot that I did that. But I'm like amazed at like literally 2 weeks straight of just living and breathing assignments. It was the first month of school. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I don't, but like Jesus Christ. So I don't know, that was, I'm trying to remember like what happened. Like that was just like general, like academically throughout the entire semester, that was just like everything. I mean, I guess like if I'm thinking about like how my exams went, my first set of exams all went horrendously bad. Oh my god. I got a 50 on my first EMAG exam, a 55 on my first EMAG exam, a 50 on my first Analog Electronics lab exam. I actually did well on the first 30 for 100 exam, which is Analog Electronics. I got like a 75, and then op-amp design, the first exam, I got a 25%. Oh, like what the fuck? Like that's an insane exam lineup. Like the average for my exams was literally a 50. Like adding like that's crazy. Like holy shit, dude. Like what the fuck? But anyways, I don't know. I was like, the exam periods, the first 2 months, or like before spring break, which is like the middle of like March. Like that was literally like hell. Like hell every week. Like I just like had to work so much, like an unbelievable amount, that I'm just, like kind of just like I don't remember anything. I like genuinely I was just focused on doing so much work and just like surviving. I don't know. And like throughout the entire time, like my friends helped me through it, and like also this one person that I met. I'm gonna blow my nose. She was pretty fun to hang out with. We did hang out a lot. She made my semester a lot better, honestly. But I'm trying to think of what to. I don't know. Like aside from that, like just before spring break, like what the fuck? Like I can't even I wanted to make this video to decompress and like process the semester, but now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm just like it was all just like I can't even remember like specific things. Like there were like game nights. We hung out. I did a fuck ton of work. I did so much fucking work. Like holy shit. It's crazy. I don't know how I did it. It's like I feel like I should feel proud of myself. I should feel like more like accomplished maybe, but I'm just so exhausted. And like this past month, whatever. But like okay, that's like my academic growth, right? Like I just at least ended up being able to handle a lot more of the academic load just like way better. At least like mentally, I guess. Like I still like was working kind of slowly and like just like trying to work through shit and like still just trying to like be on top of my shit, which is pretty hard because my fundamentals for ECE were pretty weak, I feel. And so like op-amp design was super conceptual, and at least like the professor didn't give us like too much like practice, and so I really started like I guess like pushing myself outside of my comfort zone also, and like going to office hours and like talking to professors and like all that shit, and like I'd never done that before this semester. I was like I need to change in order to survive the semester, and if I don't survive, like I have to make this count. And, like office hours and like talking to professors is not like the craziest thing in the world, but like before like this semester, the effort that I put in was just like it was comfortable. Like I was just like, if I don't have to do this, then I won't. And I guess I felt the pressure to do it, but like I was more readily able to accept that I needed to do it because like my last year, like my co-op, I was just like, in order to grow, I need to put myself in uncomfortable situations, and I need to be able to like dive into those uncomfortable situations head first in order to like grow and change and improve, because that's what I need to do to survive, right? Is like if I didn't change, then like I would have just like fucked myself over the semester, and like I guess I still don't even know if I passed all my classes yet because grades aren't out. But like I think I did, I hope I did, but I don't know. But so I don't know, like January, February, and like 2 weeks before spring break, we're all so exhausted, and I like, good God, like I don't know how. I mean, it's just like if I didn't have my friends, like maybe I should have thanked my friends at the start of the video. Like, if you guys are watching this, my roommates, gonna miss you guys. My roommates in 1107, my ECE friends, pre-charge, the new ECE friends I made, the ECE friends I got closer to, like I would not have survived this semester without them, like for a fact. I'm so grateful for them, and like there's really no situation where I would like ever say this like to them, or I mean they're like I'm like closer to like I guess it's like a handful of people that like I don't know, not like I'm still getting closer to, just like not that many. I think like a lot of my friends I am very close to, but so regardless, thank you. And my friends back home, back here in EL, and like my gaming friends, and like if I didn't have them, then I don't know where I would be. Actually, Well, let's not talk about. Well, that's that. I like English. Holy shit! But like, that's the last one was bad. But that'll be for whatever. But whatever. Alternative. Whatever. That's beside the point. Like, thank you guys. But so that's academically right. And like, I just fought fucking tooth and nail. And I changed my sleep schedule too. I was like sleeping at like 10 and waking up at like 5 in the morning and just like being productive from there, just having an early start and just like, I don't know, locking in early. Because I was like trying to analyze like my, like how to be productive like all the time, like managing stress and like being more efficient and more productive while taking breaks and like, oh, there was a lot of shit that went into growing academically that is kind of just like a side note that's not important, but I put a lot of work into it. Believe me, holy fuck, I put so much work into it, and I'm amazed at how much I changed my like just because I had to. The pressure did not break me, academically at least. But spring break, this is gonna be awkward. Well, if she's watching this, if you're watching this, my bad if I made things awkward, my fault. But I realized I liked a friend, like a longtime friend, and I was just like, oh wow, like, I don't know, because I saw her like late January when she was like moving her stuff out, and then she's like in an internship in California, so I haven't like seen her like the entire semester. It's like I like in that initial moment, like I knew I liked her, but then like I hadn't been able to like really interact with her all that much, so I was like kind of not sure. So then like spring break, I'm like, okay, like because it was like our friend group, we're gonna like meet up again, and like I'll see if I like her, and then basically realized that I liked her still. And then I was like, okay, like, my friends were like supportive of the idea of it, just like tell her and then just like whatever. And I told her, then it got shot down, and I was like, okay, like that's chill. Because I liked her, but I wasn't like attached to her, like if that makes sense, like, because I like was like kind of I was like or like we were close before last spring, but then like I didn't talk to her in like over a year. Or like I get not over a year, but like almost a year, because like we didn't really keep in touch all that much, and she was like busy last fall and like whatever, blah blah blah. But then like when I got rejected, like the rejection itself didn't hurt because I was like, I guess like expecting it, and also just like already like I was just like fine because it's like it makes sense. It's like it would have been hard to like work out. But then like after that, what bothered me more was more the fact, or like I guess, well, like I did like her, and I was just like, I think it was just like I don't know if it's weird for me to like move on that easily, but like I'll say again, the rejection itself didn't bother me, but then like deep down it like hit something else, and I was just like, I don't know like what is bothering me. And then later that night, I like talked to my friend and had a very deep conversation. I'll say, he was more like a soundboard, or not a sound, but just like I was just bouncing like my thoughts off of him, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you very much. I'm still very grateful. I wish I could have. I wanted to give you a hug to thank you, but I kind of did not do that, and I didn't see him off. But well, he knows what I'm. Well, he didn't know that I wanted to give him a hug, but. You know who you are, and I'm very thankful. Thank you. But just like that night, it was just like actually, was it an hour? I think it was an hour of like me talking my shit out, me crying a little, because I was really thinking like if I'm just gonna be honest about like myself just for me right now, like a lot of the time. No, not a lot of the time, like in my head, how every like romantic like pursuit or like whatever like endeavor has never ended well. And that like kind of just like goes all the way back to like middle school, which is like it's a long ass time ago, right? But like growing up, that's been like the consistent pattern, is that like when I like someone or like something like romantic is happening, it always just like ends badly, or like it just doesn't like work out or like pan out. And like that's like shit happens, like life is life, like you can't expect everything to like work out for you. I guess just like in that moment, it just kind of like I was able to like process like all these things kind of weren't working out, and so like I guess like the like irrational like insecure part of me was just like I just wanted this like one thing like to work out if like it could. And obviously she's not obligated to like me back or like whatever, like she's her own person, she's allowed to reject me and like whatever. But just like my rational part was just like I don't even know what I was thinking, but it was just like because like the first like few months of the semester I was just like having a girlfriend would make the semester just like so much easier. And I told my friend that, and then she was just like, well, you can get emotional support from your friends, which is true. And which is like what I started doing. But then also it's just like not the same as a girlfriend, if that makes sense. But obviously a girlfriend is not a relationship is not something you get into just for the sole benefit, just for like your sole benefit. It's like something that you want to build with this other person and like all this other shit. And so I wasn't trying to be like a selfish asshole and just be like, oh yeah, like I only see women and girlfriends as just like this thing that I'll be able to use as a tool to help me do my like work better. It's just like emotional needs, you know, like we're all human. We all like crave connection, and like as like a guy, like dudes are already like touch starved, and like we don't have like as nearly as much like emotional support as like women do with like each other. Like I guess also like growing up, like whenever I've had like moments of stress or like things that like I didn't feel like I could reach out, I guess. And it only felt like I could reach out when like something big was happening. And it's like stuff that like didn't hold up to that standard was kind of just like you gotta deal with this shit on your own. But then I got more used to talking out like my shit with other people, like my friends. And so very thankful to this person for letting me know that I can derive more support from the friends that I have around me, as opposed to just like, I don't know, like pushing on my own. Because a part of it was also like, I was realizing that a lot of the growth that I've had over like the past 4 years has been to prove to someone else that like I'm worth something. Because like over the past few years, like freshman, sophomore year, I just felt compelled to just like grow, because it was more so just like I didn't want to be in this current position. Like the stress of the fact that like I was socially awkward and like isolated with like no friends at Georgia Tech and like all this other shit. And it's just like I'm like, fuck, like this sucks ass. Like I hate it. Like I hate being like this. And I like knew that I could change. And so I did. And so like I met new people, and I made amazing friends, and I'm very thankful for them. But then after, when it came to like actually having a social support network at Georgia Tech, then I was met with the fact that now this grind that I'm in is just for like what? Because I did not care about myself enough for it to be just for me. But like I couldn't explain why it wasn't for me. And then like with that like rejection, I would just realize that just like holy shit, like all this work that I've been doing has just been solely to like show someone else that like I'm hardworking, like I'm a good person, I'm like a good guy, and this is why you should be interested in me and all this other shit. And because like growing up, I realized, or like a lot of the love that I received was conditional, and like really, at least like that, like that's like I guess like, well, maybe not everybody. Maybe that's not totally true, honestly. But I was just like thinking like, at least the love that I would want would be like unconditional, and like that's why like the love I feel like that I could give is unconditional. That's why like I don't like seriously judge people for shit unless it's like something like insane. Like if my friends are furry, like I don't care if my friends are furry. If my friends like watches like Blue Lock Yowie, then like you know more power to you. Like I do that, or never mind. But like I feel like being able to give unconditional love is something that's like so powerful and just like not everyone deserves that, obviously, and so like it's just like like certain levels of like who do I give this unconditional love to, and so it's just like I just wish like I had someone to like pour love into, and like that would make me happier, because then it just also affirms that like I don't know, I'm making the person I care about feel better, and like that makes me feel better, and like maybe that's some other thing that I have to process now that I think about it, but like maybe that's like some way that I prove that I'm worth anything of value. But aside from that, like just like I just realized that basically all this work that I was doing, all this like self-growth, this improvement, and like whatever, it was just trying to prove to someone else that I like had value. Because I think growing up and like middle school, high school, and like even like freshman, sophomore year of college, like I felt like I was powerless in how, and like the ways I like had, I don't know, like how do I phrase that? I guess I'm trying to think of like I guess I didn't have like agency in my relationships with people, just in terms of that like I could make friends, blah blah, like grow close to them, but then I would either like fuck things up or like something would happen and they would just like leave. I'm just like fuck, like that sucks. Like losing people sucks. And like I made a lot of mistakes growing up. I hurt a lot of people growing up, and I didn't want to do that again. I didn't want to like lose people and like I don't know, like actually I don't know if that really connects all that well, because now I'm thinking like all this work that I was doing is more so for just for me to be seen, and or I guess like a part of it is just like the relationships that I make, I hope are people that see me for like who I am. I don't know. I just kind of that was a tangent that I'm not even processed yet. But so whatever. But like basically the point is, I realized that I was like living for external validation, and so once I made that like initial like thought process, like that realization, I was just like, holy shit! Like this changes literally everything, because like I didn't understand, or because like obviously people tell you like do things for yourself, and like not for other people, but I feel like the advice that like people give you, like you might see on the internet, or like you might see like, or just like people just might generally give you, like it's general advice for like a reason. It's not like specific to you, and like for the people that I like don't struggle with like insecurities or like trauma, or just like had like bad childhoods and like all this shit, like people that go through those things, they can't just take that general life advice and apply it, because they have other shit to work through. And like for me, I think once I like understand, I go through some discomfort, something bothers me a lot, and I just like figure out like why does this bother me a lot, and like that, and then when I come to that understanding, I'm just like, oh, like I get it now, I understand it now. And so like when I made that realization, I'm just like I just like everything about how I viewed like my friendships with people, or like the way I like existed, just like changed. And like I apologized to my friends back home for just like I realized like my like the way I had like friendships with people was, it kind of just like ebbed and flowed depending on like what I would need in that moment. and it was like almost transactional, and like maybe in the moment I seemed like still like a good friend, but like from my perspective it was like, oh, these people benefit me the most in this moment, and like, or like I wouldn't like reach out and try to connect because I wanted like these people to like tell me that they cared about me or something. But when they didn't, I'm just like, okay, like I can't derive this from these people, which is fucked up. And I don't know. I think I give myself a lot of shit. Maybe I need like, well, I like to hold myself to high standards, but maybe I should give myself more grace and compassion. Because we're all human and living life for the first time. So, yeah. So like, I mean, I learned the lesson. When I realized that, then I try to change. And it's like that's really like the best that we can do as people, right? And then. So when I made that realization, I was just like, wow, like, I don't know, doors open and I just like perspective shift. And I feel like that was like that was like a huge realization for me. Just because then I could like really kind of just like start doing things for myself and prioritizing like me. That was like a foundational step, I guess. But then this last month, God, I don't know how much detail I can go into. In case, because I'm thinking, I don't know how to phrase this, but let's just say this past month, like after the external validation shit and like whatever, like I came head to head with another another insanely deep insecurity, like this last month, and the insecurity had to do with. If I say it, I think it becomes pretty obvious. Like if this person watches this, maybe it'll be, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna watch this. But basically, it was like me dealing with like a self-worth issue, and like I noticed like I want to be very careful with my wording. So like this video ever like. If this person discovers this video, like this YouTube channel, well, like it's like 37. There's no way they're gonna find this. But I feel like I have to be careful, because sometimes I post these YouTube videos on my Instagram story. I'm just like, I don't know if I should do that this time around. I was just whatever. But basically, I had to grapple with the fact that like someone didn't view me as like worth being in their life. And I believed that the relationships that I built were ones that would just like last, because all the friends that I've made at Tech have been like deliberate choice of just like these are people that I enjoy spending time with and want to spend more time with, and so like I will continue to connect with them, and I believe that they're people that I can grow closer to, and like they won't like up and just dip, and like I trust them and I'm secure with them. And I thought that was the case with this person. But then just like I couldn't tell what happened. I just like didn't know what I did wrong and like all this shit. And so like for the first few weeks of the month of April, like I was like just like generally over. I was like, okay, there's like I noticed this and just like whatever, like I still have like work to do. But then finals week hits and I'm like, fuck. Like it's literally like there was one specific interaction I had that just like felt like fuck, like I don't know why, I just felt my world ended, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is like I felt I felt my absolute worst in at least 2 years last week. The entirety of last week, how I felt last Friday morning, today's Friday, I felt absolutely terrible. Oh my god, I won't go into like specific details. Because I don't want to like just drop this like fucking large ass bomb on people. But to be honest, like I guess like with the stress of finals and just like trying to pass my classes, because also for additional context, like op-amp design, the class I got a 25 in on the first exam. Like the second exam I got a 57, so like that's an improvement. But then I like calculate my grade, like I need a 90 to pass on the final, or to pass the class on the final. I'm like fuck. I talked to the professor, and then we kind of worked shit out. So he cut me a little bit of a deal, goats. But then 3,400, I'm also like, I got a 48 on the second exam. I'm like, fuck. Like, that's the lowest in the class. That was the lowest. Oh my, I forgot to mention, Optimum Design, first exam, lowest in the class. 50 in Analog Electronics Lab, lowest in the class. 55, that wasn't the lowest, but it was like definitely one of the lowest. And then, well, I mean, yeah, like I've had so many lows this semester. Like I feel like I have to emphasize that, is that this semester academically has been such a challenge. And I'm like, oh my God, like, and so this like past month or like April was like lighter. Like after spring break, like I didn't have a shit ton of exams all bundled up together because I only had like a few of my classes only had 2 exams. But then so just like after like labs and like whatever, like the week before last week, it was like my heaviest just in terms of like I still had shit to do. Like I had this like big ass lab to build, this big ass circuit to build. I was building a fucking op amp, and I did it in like a couple of days. Like I did it in 4 days. It took me 4 days to build. Of like just like in like our Van Leer, which is our electrical engineering building. Like that was a lot of fucking work. And then I had to focus on Optimum Design Lab, and like the labs there, like the structure is not the greatest. The instructions aren't the greatest. There's like, aside from like our lab TA, who's like also just like trying to remember how to do the lab, which I don't blame him for. Like he took it like a long ass time ago, and he's like helping us out. It's just like what the fuck is happening in that class? And then, like the circuit stuff, like that. Like I didn't finish that lab. I built it in like some software first. I couldn't even get to work. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking done. And like it was just a mental load every week. And then like this person, like the times that I hung out with them, like it was a lot of fun, and like I like valued them as like a pretty good friend. But then like I can only speculate. I can only assume like what might have happened. And I don't know if I'll ever have like a clear answer on what exactly happened. But then they distanced themselves. I'm like, I have no idea what I did wrong. And like really in the last week I was just like grappling with like me, like what did I do? Like what do I have to do better to like fix things or like blah 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 whatever. Which is like obviously that's very insecure. And I'm just like, because typically I feel like every single aspect of like my life, like I've been able to work through and process. I'm just like okay, academically, what do I need to change? Like, what am I feeling in this moment? Like, how can I work through this and like process it and then just like adapt and like revise it for the next day? But when it comes to like my relationships with other people, it just gets so much more complicated because it's directly connected to the value that I hold in myself socially. Because think like for me, like I'm a very social person, and whether that's because I crave social connection or like I feel like I need it, or like I'm just very extroverted. And then this one person, like I thought like we were like being like we were like on track to be like really good friends, just like dipped out, and I was just like, fuck, this sucks. Like I didn't have like an amazing friend like that before that just like made life so much easier. They were a lot of fun to be around. And so like I mean like I can only speculate. And like I guess just like in this past month I also was kind of like trying to understand like myself and like my emotions and like I guess like romance in that regard also. And I think I was like decently confused about like I don't know, because there was like the friend that I liked, and then like confessed got rejected, and then like this person like I just really cared about them, and so like them leaving just like hurt, and like I don't know, at least now I think I realize I don't know, the growth that I've had in the past month has been one, well, bro, I don't even know, I'm like fuck. Okay, sorry. sorry. But at least now I've realized that I have to be able to very keenly separate between just like the value that I have with these like people as like friends, and then like whether or not like I actually like them. Like I think that's something that I have like struggled with over just like growing up. I'm just like I have no idea whether or not like I like this person, or like what am I even thinking in my head. And so I think I was able to figure that out now. Like after like this past month, like I wasn't sure if I liked this person. I wasn't sure if I just like cared about them a lot. But now I know like where like the line is drawn, and I don't know if I did things that I can only speculate. I'm not gonna like feed into that. Like at least like what I learned for myself is that one, I was very like I'm like the external validation extends not just like the things that I do, but also like the people that I hang out with, and like the validation I derive like from like for my self-worth from them is like based on like their presence in my life. And like if someone just decides to leave, then I'm just like, oh fuck, like I'm like a shitty person, or like I'm like I could have done something better to like keep them in my life, or like I could have changed something about myself. But then to like a certain degree, like you can't change, like you can't please everybody. And I think like I knew that, but I thought that I would like be friends with people that would just stay around regardless of that would just like accept me for me. That's and like I would like pick and choose like do I want to like is this like someone that I vibe with, or someone that I really like, you know? And so I thought this person was that, but I guess that's not the case. But maybe things will change in like 3 months. Who knows? But so that was like one thing that I learned, that I realized, and so I guess that's more like now I kind of realize I need to like be more just independent. Because one of my friends has always said like you need to be okay on your own before getting into a relationship, which is like true, right? But then like what does that even actually mean? Like what is being okay? And I had to like figure that out for myself, and so now I realize that I just need to be like when I'm removed from the people that I hang out with socially all the time, like why do I feel like I am just like lonely, and like there's I feel like that's something I can like work through on my own. And so I think that's like my current next steps for these next 2 weeks is I'm gonna be here in Massachusetts on my own, and I just have to figure out how to exist and be okay on my own, and not just crave validation immediately and just like try to find like the next source of it, just like text people, or like, and I have to not do things out of desperation. Like I think like this person, like I tried to like reach out, and they wouldn't really give much of anything, and like I would ask I asked what's up, and they kind of just gave me a non-answer. I was like, okay, and being okay with that is something I need to do. Like I also didn't want to like just give up on this person, but like also after a certain point, like how much of it is just like reasonably affecting me, or maybe I didn't phrase that properly, but more so just like after a certain point, I don't deserve to like continuously feel like this because of this, which is not like their fault, but more so just like me, like internally, like I need to let go of this so it stops bothering me. And I didn't like really understand or process that until like this last week. But so like just like with like this is like all this shit and like finals of my exams and just like all the stress. Like last week it like just like a mountain, just like holy fuck. Like I was trying to study for finals on Wednesday, like Thursday and Friday, and then Friday morning all the stress just peaked. And like I won't explain how, but then I had to call after hours counseling at Georgia Tech, and like I got like emotional like help, just like support, and so I felt a lot better after that. But I still had shit to work through like myself, and I think one thing I realized that I just hated having like that like lack of agency and like power in like what I could do. I felt powerless because this person just like chose to left and like didn't communicate. I'm just like what can I do about this? But then like I'm trying to like think of how I even like work through that. But I guess I just like texted again, and it made me feel more okay, and just that like I did what I could. I actually did what I could. Like I was overthinking like, oh my god, like, and I would just like interact with this person in person, and like things would go. I'm just like, okay, fuck, like what else do I do now? And then just like like reaching out and like trying to communicate with her at least. Well, spoiler alert, it's a girl, but or they're a girl. Sorry, I don't know why. But so yeah, that bothered me a lot. Hopefully they watch this video because it'd be kind of awkward talking about that. Awkward. But yeah, so stressed me out a lot. Affected me pretty badly this past week. I was still speculating on what happened, and then after a certain point, I felt like I should like atone for the hypothetical damage that I did to her, or like the hypothetical way I hurt her feelings. And so I was like trying to like punish myself in ways, which I won't get into. But I didn't like do like anything crazy. But in any case, I like got to a point where I felt like at least I processed things and I could like focus. Like I did what I could and I could accept that at least, and like I was fine. And so, I mean, I guess like I also just got used to the entire situation. Maybe, not really. I don't know. I was feeling bad for like 3 weeks, if not a month. But I don't know. I guess like just like the entire situation kind of threw me back in like middle school, like old insecurities, and just like I hadn't grappled with something like that like throughout this entire period of growth for me. So like this was just like a new way to process it, and I was also confused on like what I was feeling and like what I was thinking in my head. I just like couldn't like work through it. But like actually with the amount of overthinking I did and like all the possibilities, I kind of just like was able to like whittle things down into just like specific like 2 trains of thought, and just like if it's this situation, then like I know what I wanted. I know I know now clearly what I envision for this like friendship, and then like if it's the other case, then I hope I just seem normal in the fall, which is very vague, and I don't really want to go into more detail, but I was just confused. That's all I'll say. But in any case, like I was fine enough to study for my finals and hopefully pass them. I hope I passed. I hope my object design professor is proud of me. I hope he passes me. I hope I pass analog electronics. So sick of that class. I hope EMAG. I did not study as much for EMAG. Maybe I should have studied more, but I hope that professor. I hope I hit the bare minimum. I hope. But yeah, so in this past month, I was able to learn about one, how to really like understand whether or not I like someone. I think that was like one thing I was like trying to separate. Was like the attachment thing, or like how close I feel like as a friend of them versus like actually like liking them. And I think, I don't know, I like feel bad that like the people that are in my life get like kind of caught up in this wave. Well, like even if that even is like if you can even call like my growth this, but I just feel like sometimes I like hurt people, and then like I don't know, but I learn from it and I try to do better. So that like again, I guess that's like the best that I can do to atone. But so yeah, I don't know. I like figuring that out is good. And then like the external validation when it comes to my friends is also very good, because now it's just like I understand that I need to actively focus on being okay just myself. I shouldn't just like continuously derive validation from the people around me, even though like that's normal, but just like I envision for myself like an ideal version of me, and like that's not in line with it. And I guess that's just like what I try to, I continuously envision like who, like not like, I don't actively think about like, oh, I want these personality traits. Like I just know that what I'm feeling in this moment is not who I want to be. I'm just like, do I want to be someone like right now I'm back home and I like feel kind of lonely. Like I'm like, I don't know. I want to like talk to my friends. Like that's normal, obviously, but I want to be able to feel okay on my own and not have to depend on other people. And that is like I don't know. And I also realized that the ideal version of me would have clarity on how they treat other people and like blah 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 whatever. So I guess like they won't like lead other people on. I don't know if I did that. But I guess also a part of me also couldn't accept, like it's still all speculation, but I couldn't accept that someone else might like me because I don't know what to like do with that. At least like if I don't like them first, it's like it feels like if I start liking someone, then it's like then it like shows like how much I trust them, because I think I have to be very secure in the relationship first in order for me to like even be open to liking them, because I can't like someone I can't trust, right? And so like with like the first person that I liked, like I was just like I'm so secure in this like friendship and like just like who they are as a person, just like great. But then like now I realize like for me, in order for me to like somebody, I need like a certain like there needs to be a certain point in like a relationship where it's like there's like a level of like sincerity and like kindness and trust and security, and like me being like open as I am, I think like I have to say something to them that like I feel is like a little scary to share with someone like new, and for them to like be okay with it and still like be with me after that, then that's like I can trust them. I'm like, okay, like this is like then I can kind of like view them differently as like more than like as like opposed to like just a friend. And I think I realized that, and then I also realized that like I shouldn't let myself be so heavily defined by the existence of other people in my life, which I guess is like just like paraphrasing like external validation, like whatever else, but like that is probably like a healthy thing to adjust, because it just screwed me up like this past month, and I don't know. I don't want to sound like there's some things I won't say, but so yeah, I don't know. I've just been honestly, this is like an hour just me like reflecting, but like this fucking like I guess what I really want to say is this fucking semester's been so fucking exhausting, man. Like, oh my god, bro, I'm just tired. I just want to do nothing. I just want to exist. I just want to stare at the ceiling for like an hour, bro. Like, I can't. Like, bro. And I still want to find love. I still want to like be in a relationship, but I just like don't. I just don't like people, bro. It's like, see, because I used to be at a point where if like I thought someone might like me, actually I guess that's like part of like my thought process was like, oh, like growing up I was always like, oh, does this person like me? Does this person like me? I just thought these people might like me, and then I guess after like some like for some reason I stopped. I like thought that was a problem, or like I realized that was a problem. I don't know because I did that a lot when I was younger. I think I was just like, I guess it just felt like wrong to assume that. I was just like, maybe it wasn't more so I couldn't, because I was talking to my one friend about this. I'm like, I can't imagine people liking me. But maybe it's not that I can't imagine people like me, but maybe it's more so it feels wrong to assume that someone might like me. Oh, well, maybe that's the same thing. Because I don't want to be like an arrogant dickhead, just like, oh, these people are just these people. Because I've grown up, like middle school, high school, I grew up with a lot of people that were like social and like fun like that. Now I think about it, the girls I did hang out with that were social and fun did like me, actually. Well, some of them, but a lot of them. maybe that's a sign. But so like, I guess I'm just like used to being around a lot of women. Not to sound like some like playboy or like I've never been in like a functioning relationship. But like, I don't know. I'm just tired of this semester. I'm tired of this. I'm just tired, and it's just like, bruh. Like this semester, I learned a lot about myself. I grew, and like I can't even believe I literally I always I'm like the reason why I was so excited to go back to school was I'm just excited to see how I grow, because like in my co-op I grew a lot as an individual, and it's just I'm just excited to see how I grow through Georgia Tech, and I've grown so fucking much. It's crazy, and I feel like I have so much more clarity on who I am, who I want to be, and I think that I hope that shows in how I act with other people now, and I hope I'm some form of inspiration for people, that at least I hope the version of me that exists currently inspires people to be more open, more kind, more ambitious, more decisive about the actions that they want to take, or at least even maybe people can learn something from me. Who knows? But I don't know. I'm just in disbelief. I don't these past 4 months these past 5 months don't feel real. It doesn't I can't even I'm here. I'm done with this semester, and everything feels like it went by so quickly. And all the friends that I hung out with, the friends that I made, the people that I met, it literally feels like yesterday. It genuinely feels I'm imagining the first day I met these people. I'm like, holy shit! It's literally what? It's crazy. And it's over. And I guess one way to phrase, a little side backtracking, one way to phrase my how the state that I was in in the last month, because oh my god, I bother my friends a lot with this. Thank you guys again. I appreciate all the talking and everything. But because typically I have the belief that everything that I do will no matter what, no matter my fuck up, no matter my mistakes, no matter what, I will be okay at the end of the day. I will end up living a life that I'm still happy and proud of, and I'll learn something from these situations. But in this last month, I wasn't I think the depth of this insecurity is crazy. I think that's why it was such a big deal. But I physically could not process how I could feel good after this past month. I'm holy shit, is this even am I going to be able to recover from this? I physically could not imagine that. And the pain that I was feeling, I was just wow, I'm going, I was just I didn't even care about my finals. I just I was low-key getting depressed. But we cooked. We may have passed. My cat's stretching. Hi, you see. Wait, you guys want to see my cat? If anyone's even watching for this fucking long, but look at that mohacker, bro. It's just chilling type shit. And so now semester's over. I'm done. I did not even think I could move on, honestly. But now it's the reality that I'm living in, and I'm okay with it. And now I'm gonna try to find love again. I'm gonna try to meet some person that I like. I don't know exactly what I'm looking for. Like, I have like a type in mind. Or I guess it's more just like I have to build this relationship with these people in order to like them first. I need to trust that they'll like be a part of my life. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm back home. I'm ready to exist. I'm ready. I got my another internship in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll meet an intern there. Maybe I'll meet somebody in Greenville. Maybe I'll meet somebody in my classes next semester. Maybe I won't find anybody until after I graduate. Maybe I won't find anybody at all. But you know, at the end of the day, I'll be okay. And that's the belief that I have, because even though I went through some crazy shit this semester, I survived, and I'm proud of that. I worked my ass off. I fought fucking tooth and nail every fucking day. I woke up, breathed. I don't know what the phrase is. I became an academic weapon. I grew personally. I understand myself better as a whole, and I'm sure there are some more ways I can keep growing. And I'm sure that the future I have ahead of me, I'm going to be happy with it. So, I don't know. I was feeling pretty exhausted. I have not been able to catch a break this semester. But we made it through. Hope always cuts through. And you know what? Pressure is also a privilege. There's always growth in the struggle. You just have to look for it. And I have grown in so many fucking ways, I feel like. Like, who I've always wanted to be has been someone who is able to lock in on their studies. I've always wanted to be like a social person. I've always wanted to be someone that can connect and just be confident, be secure. And it feels like even before, like during the semester, like I felt like I did that, and I was like proud of myself. But now it's just like looking back at who I was like 8 years ago, like even like freshman year of high school, like it's insane. Like senior year of freshman year college to the version of me now, you would not fucking recognize me. You would not even believe that I could be like holy shit, I changed so much. I grew so much. And I'm grateful for everybody that's been in my life up until this point. And my Instagram, I'm going to make an Instagram post. It's probably going to be on Tuesday when my grades come out. I'll see whether I pass or fail. Hopefully I pass. I pray that I pass. But I'm literally, like, I think I've personally had a lot of moments, especially like in the last month, where I'm just like, I wish I could just go back. I wish I could just like fix this mistake. I wish I could just like not have done this fuck up. I wish I could have changed this decision or like this thing that I said. But it's like, if once you survive that and you get through it, it's every time now I'm just like, every mistake that I've made, every person that I may have hurt, not that I'm grateful that I hurt, well, I guess like you could phrase it like that, but like I'm not like happy that I hurt them, but more so just like, I hope the person's doing okay now. But I'm glad that like I was able to make the mistake and learn from it and be a better person as a result of it. And then that prevents me from hurting other people in the future. So, oh no, I was on Hinge earlier, and this person already like this person from Las Vegas liked my profile like immediately. I'm like, what the fuck? But so we'll see how things go. Now I'm kind of just like, I'm realizing I need to be more secure in myself, just like in every way possible. And I don't know, I'm going to figure out how to apply that. I'm going to figure out how to be a confident person and be a social force, no matter what the case, no matter what the situation. I'm kind of done with this video now. It's been 70 fucking minutes. It's kind of crazy. But so, a very select few people will watch this the entire way through. And if you're one of my close friends, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Chad Yapping. If you're a stranger and you watch this video all the way through, damn, I'm like kind of surprised that you enjoy me yapping like this enough. Hopefully you'll enjoy the next few videos. I hope that you learned something from this. I hope that this was engaging for you. Maybe you're going to sleep to this. Maybe you're cooking to this. Maybe you're just listening to me just yap while you're doing something else. But thank you for watching also. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hop on, gonna play some video games with my friends. Enjoy my 2 weeks, my free time in the summer. I hate being a student, bro. Being a student sucks. Or I guess just like I just have been working all the time, and I wish I was smarter so other people could. I see other people just like living life and just like still socializing, and going, I'm like, fuck. I wish I was them. But the struggle builds character, and if you're a dumbass like me, that's your superpower. Being weak is its own strength, because you can climb from the top. You can climb to the top. And the people at the top who didn't start out at the bottom can't say that, and they cannot grow like us. So that's the power, that's the potential that we hold, y'all. If you're at the bottom of the fucking barrel, there's always potential for you to come out on top. I firmly believe that. You just need a lot of the right things to come together. I think I'm very lucky at how I've gotten to this point, but my belief is that you have to make the path that you choose the right one. That's the power that you have. That's my belief. So, okay, all right, I'm gonna end it here. All right, thank y'all for watching. I hope this was entertaining for y'all. I hope you enjoyed the life update. I hope your guys' semesters, your finals were good. If you're full-time fucking work, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you're in high school or something, like, you're still in school, lock the fuck in. If you're just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Whatever. All right, I'm done. I'm gonna make a video again in the future at some point. I don't know. But thank y'all again. Appreciate y'all. Peace.